students, we are back again on your favorite learning platform, Learn Forward by Vidya. Today we are going to do chapter 18, Geographical and Economic Conditions. So let's get started. Let's start with this beautiful poem, Land of the Free. In the land where eagles soar, a nation built on freedom's core from sea to shining sea. So why the United Nations with endless pride? We've studied about India, now we're studying about some few things about America. The United States is a federal republic consisting of 50 states located in North America. It stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the east to Pacific Ocean in the west, bordered by Canada to the north and Mexico to the south. In addition to the 48 states, United States include Alaska in the northwest, Hawaii in the mid-Pacific Ocean. The country is the fourth largest in the world. अगर हम बात करें यूएस की ये फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट है वर्ल्ड में, इसकी कैपिटल है वाशिंगटन डीसी. इसके अंदर बहुत सारी टेरिटरीज ऑफ पोजेशन है कैरिबियन और पैसिफिक रीजन में. यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स जो है उसके अंदर बहुत सारे हाई माउंटेन्स आते हैं वेस्ट में, वहाँ सेंट्रल प्लेन भी है, डेथ वैली भी है जो इसका लोएस्ट पॉइंट है, डेनाली इसकी हाईएस्ट पीक है. बात करते हैं क्लाइमेट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. जो क्लाइमेट है यहाँ बहुत डिफरेंट है. आप समझते हैं कैसे. जो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स अमेरिका है उसका साइज है 10 मिलियन किलोमीटर स्क्वायर. इसमें बहुत तरीके का लैंडस्केप है और बहुत सारे क्लाइमेट जोन्स हैं. जो नॉर्थ अलास्का है वो आर्कटिक क्लाइमेट है. टेम्परेचर जो है वो डाउन टू 30 डिग्री बिलो जीरो, while most of the land mass of the US is a continental climate zone. A completely different climate prevails in the southern states, while the Californian Pacific coast is relatively mild and Mediterranean, with an annual average temperature of 17 degrees centigrade. The Californian deserts and mountains have significantly higher temperatures. All in all, it is warm all year in the southern states. Now, if on the opposite side of USA, on the Atlantic coast of Florida, the temperatures are noticeably higher again, but the rainy days are also more numerous. Here, the climate is determined by the Atlantic currents and it is raining in the summer month. So while spring is the driest time in Florida, autumn is quite unpleasant with its hurricane. So it has a tropical climate. In the interior, up to 4,400 meters high Rocky Mountains share a large part of the country. Mountain ranges running in the north-south direction also separate the climate region from each other. To the west of the Rocky Mountains, rain-rich low-pressure areas are there, which has cool air masses from the Pacific and cause frequent rainfalls. On the eastern side, on the other hand, there is often drought at higher temperature and lower humidity. The Rocky Mountains separate the most western part of the country from Pacific weather influences. Cold currents from the north and warm air masses from the south can wave almost unhindered throughout the country. Thus, larger cold air infiltrations are felt up to the southernmost region. Last but not the least, the USA has 4 large desert areas. Basically, Chihuahua, Mojave, Sonora Desert. तो ये मेन इनके डेजर्ट है. आपको पूछा है ना कौन से डेजर्ट. Mojave Desert है, Sonora Desert है, Great Basin Desert है, which rarely consist of Saharan-like sand landscape, but nevertheless have individual mesoclimate characteristics. For example, famous is the Death Valley, जो Mojave Desert में है, जहाँ पे टेम्परेचर जो है दिन में 50 डिग्री आराम से पहुंच जाता है. तो पैसिफिक, हम बात करते हैं पैसिफिक नॉर्थ वेस्ट इज नोन फॉर इट्स मरीन वेस्ट कोस्ट क्लाइमेट. Now it is characterized by mild wet winters and it has cool dry summers. This region receives abundant rainfall. It is because of abundant rainfall, there is a lot of greenery around. This is a lot of lush green vegetation. If we talk about California, California has a Mediterranean climate. Along the coast, it has warm, dry summers and mild, wet winters. Now, inland areas, they have an arid or semi-arid climate with hot, dry summers and cooler, wetter winters. If we talk of the mountain west, it encompasses the Rocky Mountains, which has variable climate, has different climate ranging from subarctic to alpine and semi-arid. Right? The southwest is predominantly arid or semi-arid, and it has hot, dry summers and wild, sunny winters. The Great Plains, they have a semi-arid or humid continental climate. The temperature is different in which it is in various variation and occasional severe weather events like tornadoes. Then the Midwest has a humid continental climate with 4 distinct seasons. One is cold winter, then is warm summer. The Northeast experiences humid subtropical climate near the coast and humid continental further inland with hot, humid summers and cold winters. The Southeast has a humid subtropical climate. It is characterized by hot, humid summers and mild winters. Now, the Gulf Coast also has a humid subtropical climate with hot, humid summers, mild winters, and the risk of hurricane in late summer and early fall. Alaska, which has a subarctic and arctic climate with extremely cold winters and long period of darkness in the northernmost part, and short, mild summers with long daylight hours. Hawaii, where this tropical climate offers consistently warm and relatively humid weather all throughout the year. Now, you've seen a lot of variations in the weather and climate in US. Now, in contrast, if we talk of Florida, it has a mix of tropical and humid subtropical climate. जो southern part है ना, उसके अंदर tropical climate आता है, बहुत hot और humid summers और mild winters होती है. जो northern part होता है, उसमें humid और subtropical climate होता है और summer conditions होती है, but cooler winters होती हैं. हवाई और जो फ्लोरिडा है, इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा रेनफॉल आती है. फ्लोरिडा के अंदर बहुत सारे हरिकेन्स आते हैं, पर्टिकुलरली स्पेशल समर और फॉल सीजन के अंदर. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है नोट करना कि जो ब्रॉड रीजन्स हैं, इसमें माइक्रो क्लाइमेट्स भी होते हैं because of elevation and other factors. Additionally, जो climate change है, it is shift in traditional climate pattern in many parts of the United States, leading to more extreme weather conditions and changing long-term climate trends. रेनफॉल की बात करते हैं. यूएस जो है एक लार्ज कंट्री है, इसमें बहुत सारी अलग अलग जोग्राफी है, क्लाइमेट पैटर्न है, इसकी वजह से जो रेनफॉल है बहुत वेरिंग है. यहाँ पर जो पैसिफिक नॉर्थ वेस्ट है, जैसे उसमें वाशिंगटन और ओरेगन आता है, ये बहुत वेट क्लाइमेट है, यहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा रेनफॉल आती है, स्पेशली विंटर में. अब नॉर्थ ईस्ट की बात करें, जो न्यूयॉर्क और पेनिनसुला आइलैंड एरिया है, यहाँ पे कंसिस्टेंट रेनफॉल आती है थ्रू आउट द ईयर. इट इज स्लाइटली मोर इन समर. इफ वी टॉक ऑफ द साउथ ईस्ट पार्ट, साउथ ईस्ट जैसे फ्लोरिडा और कैरोलिना है, इसके अंदर हेवी रेनफॉल आती है समर्स में बिकॉज ऑफ ट्रॉपिकल वेदर सिस्टम. जो साउथ वेस्ट है, जैसे कैलिफोर्निया और एरिजोना है, इसमें एरिड क्लाइमेट है, बट कोस्टल एरियाज एंड हायर एलिवेशन रिसीव मोर रेनफॉल. जो मिड वेस्ट एरिया है, जैसे इलिनॉइस और मिशिगन है, इसमें बहुत ज्यादा रेनफॉल आती है स्प्रिंग और समर में. ग्रेट प्लेन जैसे कांसास और नेब्रास्का, इसके अंदर सेमी एरिड क्लाइमेट रहता है, बहुत कम रेनफॉल आती है. अगर हम बात करें रॉकी माउंटेन्स की, इसमें सिग्निफिकेंट विंटर स्नोफॉल होती है. अलास्का जो है, उसमें हमने पहले ही पढ़ा था, आर्कटिक टेम्परेचर रहता है, तो यहाँ पे वाइड रेंज ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन पैटर्न होता है. कोस्टल एरियाज में बहुत ज्यादा रेनफॉल आती है और इंटीरियर रीजन में बहुत ज्यादा स्नोफॉल होती है. हवाई की बात करें तो हवाई में ट्रॉपिकल क्लाइमेट रहता है, वेट सीजन है विंटर्स में, ड्राई सीजन है समर में, और विंडवर्ड साइड्स ऑफ द आइलैंड दे रिसीव मोर रेनफॉल. Puerto Rico and US Virgin Islands have a tropical climate very distinct from June to November and drier season from December to May. Keep in mind that these are general trends and actual rainfall patterns can vary from year to year due to factors like weather system, climate change and social other local influences. तो हमने देखा जितना climate vary करा उतने ही rainfall vary करी है यहाँ पे. Now understand the soil taxonomy is it's basically the classification of soil divided. It was devised by United States Department of Agriculture Soil Service staff. ये जो सिस्टम है, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन मेजरेबल एंड ऑब्जर्वेबल सॉइल प्रॉपर्टीज एंड इट वाज डिजाइंड टू फैसिलिटेट सॉइल सर्वे. ये जो था, ये क्लासीफाई करने के लिए नहीं था, बट बेसिकली इसको वर्ल्ड वाइड यूज करना शुरू कर दिया एंड इट हैज बीन अडॉप्टेड बाय अदर सिस्टम्स आल्सो. Distribution of soil type in US is basically influenced by the climate. Obviously soil climate पे depend करेगी, topography पे, parent material पे, biological activity. तो 4 रीजन है जिसपे soil का जो ना सॉइल का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन डिपेंड करेगा. वन इज योर क्लाइमेट, क्लाइमेट पे डिपेंड करेगा. फिर सेकंड आपकी टोपोग्राफी के उसके फीचर्स क्या है, वहाँ पे कौन सा फीचर्स है. देन इज योर पेरेंट मटेरियल, राइट, एंड द लास्ट इज योर बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटी. These are all the major factors on which the classification of the soil depends, right? Now let's come to the next. Now if we talk of types of soils in US, it is alpine soils. It is found in the Midwest and the Northwest region. It is associated with deciduous forest and it is characterized by horizon ridge and clay. If we talk of molly soils, it is predominant in Great Plains. It is very fertile. It is well suited for agriculture. It is referred to as prairie soils and it is associated with the grassland. If we talk of alti soils, it is common in the southeastern United States. These soils are weathered. It is characterized by a ridge horizon. It can be found in areas with high rainfall. If we talk of ardi soils are found in arid and semi-arid regions such as southwestern United States. These soils have low organic matter content and often associated with desert landscape. Now this is arid soils. Then is spodosols. Now spodosols are found in northern part of the United States, particularly in coniferous forest area. They have distinctive horizon rich in leach materials. When we talk of antisols, they are very widely distributed across the country. It's a very young soil. It often lack well developed horizons. They are common in areas with recent geological geological activity. If we talk of histosols, it is found in the wetland area such as Florida and Great Lake region. It is rich in organic material and may be used for agriculture when drained. If we talk in septisol, these soils are found in a region which are characterized by initial stages of soil development. It may have some horizon development but are not as mature as soil disorders. Now, if we talk of all the kind of soils in the US, it is very different from what is found in India. In India, we have talked of red soil, clay soil, laterite soil, all the other types of soil, and these soils are the major type of soils found in the US. Now, let's come to the landforms. If we talk of the landform, it is a naturally occurring feature on the surface of the earth. The four major types of landform found in the US are the mountains, the hills, the plateaus, and the plains. Rivers, lakes, canyons, basins, and valleys are also considered landforms. Landforms are created by natural processes such as tectonic plate movement or weathering or erosion. These landforms were formed over millions of years, although if we talk of volcanic eruptions, it may be very recent also, but it's an old term. Then if we talk of United States, it contains over a lot of landforms like the Great Canyon, the Rocky Mountain, the Mississippi River, the Great Lakes. These are very famous landforms in US. Now let's study about all the landforms in detail. First, let's talk of the mountains. So United States is known for its diverse and majestic mountain ranges. If we talk of the old mountains, the Rocky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, the Sierra Nevada Mountains. If we talk of the recent mountains, they are the Sierra Nevada Mountains. The Rocky Mountains being the largest range in the country, it stretches across several states, acting as a continental divide with peaks reaching heights of 14,440 feet. These mountains hold pieces of continental crust and they are over 1 billion years old. On the eastern side, if we talk of the eastern side, we'll find the Appalachian Mountains which span across multiple states and are among the oldest ranges of Earth, dating back to 1.1 billion years. Now, if we talk of Sierra Nevada Mountains, they are the recent mountains which just came into existence a few years ago, and these mountains are part of Pacific Ring of Fire. If we talk of valleys, US has a lot of valleys, right? We have Death Valley, which is located in Southern California. It is very famous. It holds the distinction of being the hottest place on the earth with scorching summer temperature, which may even exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit. In fact, a record-breaking high of 134 degrees was recorded in July 1913. Just imagine a place which is as hot as 120 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll go berserk living there. On the eastern side of the country lies the Great Appalachian Valley, also known as the Great Valley region, stretching from Canada to Alabama. It encompasses various valleys like the Tennessee Valley and the Shenandoah Valley. Now let's come to canyons, where there are very great and numerous canyons in the US. They have deep and narrow structure with steep sides. The canyons are the result of processes like tectonic activity, river weathering, and erosion. Among them, the main renowned one are the Grand Canyon in Arizona, which is a national park in 1926. Now, this colossal canyon stretches 227 miles in length, and it is around 18 miles in width. If we talk of countless years that the Colorado River shaped a natural wonder, creating a mile-deep gorge, a notable canyon is Palo Duro Canyon. It is the second largest in the United States in Texas. This canyon, named after the Rocky Mountains, juniper trees found within it. It was formed with an ancient river, and if we talk of the evidence of human occupation, it dates back to 12,000 years. It has been discovered that Palo Duro Canyon added to the significant historical significance. Now let's come to the forest. Forest बहुत सारे हैं, इसमें भी 3 तरह के forest हम पढ़ने वाले हैं. जो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स अमेरिका है, इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा लश ग्रीनरी है और इसकी जो 36.21% टेरिटरी है वो फॉरेस्ट ने ही कवर करी है. तो यहाँ पे फॉरेस्ट की अबंडेंस है. मैंने न्यू हैम्पशायर, अमेरिकन समोआ, नॉर्दर्न मरीना आइलैंड, वेस्ट वर्जीनिया, ये सारे डेंसली फॉरेस्टेड रीजन्स हैं यूएस में. उसके अलावा इनके तरह में 3 तरह के फॉरेस्ट अब हम पढ़ेंगे: ट्रॉपिकल फॉरेस्ट, टेम्परेट फॉरेस्ट और बोरेल फॉरेस्ट. जो ट्रॉपिकल फॉरेस्ट हैं वो यूएस इज होम टू ट्रॉपिकल फॉरेस्ट, जो कि सदर्न पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री में है और हवाई और प्योर्टो रिको में भी है. ये जो फॉरेस्ट हैं इसके अंदर बहुत अबंडेंट वेजिटेशन होती है जो वार्म क्लाइमेट को सपोर्ट करती है नियर द ट्रॉपिक्स. Tropical rainforest especially can be found near the Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn, where the thick canopy flourishes in the moist soil. If we talk of the fauna in these forests, it includes endemic species like fungi, mosses, snails, birds, and other wildlife. Flora के अंदर बहुत बड़े-बड़े trees जैसे vine, orchid, ferns, and mosses. जो canopy है, it is dominated by acacia, coa trees, native hala, then hau, lulu from fan palms, cuckoo, papala shrubs, lehua trees, coleolona, and many other native plants. Some popular tropic forests in US is Florida Everglades, लोइसानस मैम एंड एल यूनिक इन प्योर्टो रिको। ये जो फॉरेस्ट है इसके अंदर डेंस फॉलिएज है, इट मेक्स अ ग्रेट प्लेस फॉर हाइक्स एंड गाइडेड टूर, complete with bridges, walkways and trek destination. If we talk of temperate forest जो हैं ये बहुत अच्छा डाइवर्स और चेरिश इकोसिस्टम क्रिएट करते हैं। ये नॉर्दर्न रीजन में होते हैं और ईस्ट कोस्ट में भी होते हैं। ये जो है पूरा वाइड रेंज करते हैं लैटिट्यूड का, स्पेशली लाइक एरियाज लाइक कैलिफोर्निया एंड कोलोराडो। यहाँ पे जो वेदर है वो ठंडा होता है और जहाँ कम सनलाइट आती है, इसकी वजह से चेंज इन सीजन इज मोर प्रोनाउंस इन दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट। यहाँ जो फॉरेस्ट हैं दे आर हाईली वैल्यूड एज अ प्रोवाइड फ्रेश ऑक्सीजन फॉर पीपल टू ब्रीथ। वन ऑफ द यूनिक फीचर्स इज द प्रेजेंस ऑफ बोथ deciduous and evergreen trees. स्प्रिंग के अंदर फ्लावरिंग डॉगवुड और ब्लैक चेरीज ब्लूम करते हैं along with coniferous trees जो हमें सेदार फर पाइनस स्प्रूस देते हैं। समर के अंदर जो ऑक्सीजन कंटेंट है वो पूरे पीक पर रहता है और पीपल ईगरली वेट करते हैं कि यहाँ जाएं एंड दे कैन इनहेल गैलन्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन। विंटर्स के अंदर जो फॉरेस्ट है, they continue to captivate with their ash, maple and gum trees, showcasing a stunning change in color and emitting a familiar fragrance. Sierra Nevada जो है around Lake Tahoe and Pando forests on the east coast are two popular examples of temperate forests. Now other celebrated temperate forests are redwoods of California, ponderosa pine forest. These forests offer year-round opportunities for camping and trekking, ensuring that outdoor enthusiasts never miss on the chance for adventure. However, the fall season is particularly enchanting क्योंकि forest जो है वो एक breathtaking display बन जाता है vibrant colors का और delightful scene का, और बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ से जाते हैं shooting करने वहाँ पे इस particular period में, because it is very beautiful to the eyes, pleasant to the eyes. Then let's come to the boreal forest. हमने यहाँ पढ़ लिया temperate forest. Now let's come to the boreal forest, Taiga forest, जो कि बेसिकली नेटिव तो नहीं है अमेरिका के, पर फिर भी सियरा नेवादा माउंटेन्स में पाया जाता है और नॉर्दर्न एपेलेचियंस में पाया जाता है। ये जो फॉरेस्ट है इन्हें बोरियल फॉरेस्ट कहते हैं और ये नॉर्थ रीजन्स ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में पाए जाते हैं। इसमें अगर हम बात करेंगे यंग ही है डिस्पाइट बीइंग रिलेटिवली रीसेंट, एक्जिस्टिंग फॉर अबाउट 12,000 ईयर्स अगो। थियागा फॉरेस्ट ये जो है वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट बायोम है। ये टुंड्रा ऑल्टीरियज में पाए जाते हैं। एक्सट्रीम टेम्परेचर होता है बाय लॉन्ग विंटर्स। Flora of the Taiga includes evergreen and coniferous forests like spruce, birch, pines, larch and alpines, as well as deciduous trees such as oak, maple, alder, willow and poplar. Due to harsh climate and forest fires, ये जो forest हैं ये popular हैं for traveler visit. However, जो balsam fir एक common species है Taiga में, it is used for festive purpose, particularly for Christmas trees. इसकी जो fragrance है ये classical choice होता है for home decor and it is used in the holiday season. It is used for reds and mistletoes. Now let's come to society. What kind of society is there in US and what kind of people are there? The United States of America is incredible, diverse region with a population defined as an area by cultural heritage, including millions of indigenous people living across the country. A country for less than 2.5 centuries, the United States is a relatively new member of the global community, but its rapid growth since the 18th century is unparalleled. The early promise of the New World as a refuge and the land of opportunity was realized dramatically in the 20th century with the emergence of US as a world power. The total population exceeding those of China and India, the United States is also characterized by an extraordinary diversity in ethnic and racial ancestry. If we talk of economy, ये world greater economic power है in terms of GDP और historically इसको highest ranking country में माना गया as per GDP income. Constituting less than 5% of the world's population, Americans जो है generate करते हैं 20% of world's total income, which is huge. America एक world largest national economy है, leading global trader भी है. Process of opening world market and expanding trade initiated in US in 1934 और उसके बाद ही बढ़ता ही गया. The sheer size of US economy makes it the most important single factor in global trade. इनका जो export है, it represents more than 10th of the world total. US also influences the economics of the rest of the world because it's a significant source of investment capital. Just as direct investment primarily by the British, it was a major factor in 19th century. US economic growth, so direct investment abroad by US firms, the major factor in the economic well-being of Canada, Mexico, China and other countries in Latin America, Europe and Asia. जो यूएस की इकोनॉमी है ये बहुत डाइवर्स है और इसके अंदर बहुत सारे की सेक्टर्स हैं जो इसकी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी को बहुत ज़्यादा बूस्ट करते हैं. लेट्स टॉक ऑफ द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पार्ट. जब मिड 20th सेंचुरी था, जो सर्विस सेक्टर था उसमें ट्रेमेंडस ग्रोथ आई और ग्रोथ आने में इकोनॉमी में बहुत अच्छा इफेक्ट आया. जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जॉब्स हैं वो डिक्लाइन हुई 1960 के अंदर. इसके अलावा फिर भी चाहे डिक्लाइन भी हो, जो एडवांसमेंट थे वो प्रोडक्टिविटी से जीडीपी को बढ़ाते रहे, अकाउंटिंग फॉर 1/6 ऑफ जीडीपी. Productivity is not here. Productivity is not limited to manufacturing alone, because there are many other factors which factor in productivity. The manufacturing of transportation equipment such as motor vehicle, aircraft and space equipment, ये एक अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा लीडिंग सेक्टर है. उसके अलावा जो कंप्यूटर्स है, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन फर्म्स हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर हार्डवेयर फर्म्स हैं, ये बहुत इन्होंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया टू द अर्ली 21st सेंचुरी डाउनटर्न. दूसरे सेक्टर जो इन्होंने किया, ड्रग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, हेल्थ, food products, chemical, electrical and non-electrical machinery, energy and insurance. Then comes the scientific development. हम जो सुनते आ रहे हैं डेवलपमेंट, वो सबसे पहले यूएस में ही हुआ था. जो इनोवेशन था उसने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले किया in driving the economic growth and shaping the society. By strengthening these areas, we can promote open, transparent and patriotic system of governments worldwide. इस शुरू से ही, बिगनिंग से, इंसेप्शन से ही यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स जो है एक स्ट्रॉन्ग एडवोकेट था साइंस के लिए, टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए, इन्वेंशन के लिए. इट हैज फॉस्टर्ड अ कल्चर ऑफ फ्री एक्सचेंज ऑफ आइडियाज, एनकरेज द ग्रोथ ऑफ नॉलेज एंड वेलकम द क्रिएटिव माइंड्स फ्रॉम अराउंड द वर्ल्ड. अगर आप देखें यूएस की हिस्ट्री में, सिर्फ उन्होंने यूएस सिटीजन्स को नहीं लिया, बट दे हैव इनवाइटेड एवरी एस्ट्यूट माइंड टू हेल्प द कंट्री टू फ्लरिश. यूनाइटेड स्टेट कमीशन also reflects the commitment granting Congress and the power to promote scientific progress and protect the rights of inventors and authors. The Constitution Clause forms the foundation of the U.S. patent and trademark system. Interestingly, two America's founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, they were themselves notable scientists. खुद ही अपने आप में दो बड़े साइंटिस्ट थे. इन्होंने जो एक्सपेरिमेंट किया इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, और जेफरसन ने एग्रीकल्चर में जो एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किया, इससे कंट्री को बहुत ग्रोथ मिला. राइट, अमेरिकन्स आर द फर्स्ट एंड ओनली पीपल टू वॉक ऑन द मून. Now, during the 19th century, Britain, France, and Germany, they were pioneers in science and mathematics, however, generating new ideas to shape the world. However, the United States, although slower in theoretical advancement, excelled in applying scientific knowledge practically. Due to their geographical distance from the center of science and manufacturing, Americans had to innovate and find their own solution. तो यहाँ पे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग नहीं होती है, तो इसको अपना सोल्यूशन निकालना पड़ा. इसकी वजह से बहुत सारे इन्वेंशंस हुए, बहुत सारे साइंटिस्ट आए अमेरिका में, इन्वेंटर्स आए, जैसे रॉबर्ट फुलटन, सैमुअल एफ बी मॉर्स, एली वाइट, साइरस मैकॉर्मिक और ये सब राइट ब्रदर्स. इन्होंने बहुत सारे इन्वेंशंस किए जो अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़े मार्क्ड अचीवमेंट थे. During the second half of the 20th century, American scientists gained significant recognition for their groundbreaking contributions of pure science, particularly in the formulation of concepts and theories. This shift in recognition is evident when examining the winners of the prestigious Nobel Prize in Physics and Chemistry. First half century of Nobel Prize spanning to 1901 to 1950, American scientists जो थे were in minority among the winners, but in 1950 ये जो है remarkable change आया, और there were abundant people who were the winners of the Nobel Prize. This highlights the remarkable growth and impact of American scientific research during the period. किस तरीके से यहाँ लोगों ने research किया. Then comes the agriculture, forestry and fishing. Despite जितनी भी productivity थी US agriculture, forestry and fishing, इनकी जो contribution थी GDP की इस वाले area में कम ही रही, because advances जो थे farm productivity में were driven by the mechanization and organized changes of the commercial farming. The advancement have allowed a smaller labor force to produce larger quantity than ever before. अब जो एडवांसमेंट हुआ इसमें कम लोग इंस्टॉल थे फार्म में, पर प्रोडक्शन ज़्यादा हो रहा था. Additionally, improvement हुए yield में, which has achieved through the increased use of fertilizer, pesticide, herbicide and changes in agriculture technique like irrigation. The most important crops जो US में उगते हैं वो है corn, soybean, wheat, cotton, grapes and potatoes. The country is also a major producer of timber with softwoods like Douglas fir and southern pine being the most harvested. ओक इनका प्राइमरी हार्डवुड है. इसके अलावा यूएस जो है लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर है एडिबल नॉन एडिबल फिश का. फिश जो ह्यूमन कंजम्पशन है यहाँ पे पाई जाती है. शेल फिश जो है इट इज लेस देन 1/5 ऑफ द एनुअल कैच बट नियरली हाफ ऑफ द टोटल वैल्यू. देन लेट्स कम अप टॉक ऑफ माइनिंग पार्ट. माइनिंग और क्वायरिंग सेक्टर जो है ये कंट्रीब्यूट करता है लेस देन 1/50 of countries GDP. However, it remains a prominent player in the global market. ये global market में एक बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा player है in market, particularly in coal, petroleum, certain metal. With a rich history, the mining industry continues to play a vital role in the country's economy. It serves as a backbone for manufacturing, supplying raw materials to factories for the production process. 2020 के अंदर US mining industry ने $57 billion इन्वेस्ट किया था और इसमें प्रोड्यूस किया था by 12,714 माइंस. तो सैंड और ग्रेवल स्टोन है, कोल है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कमोडिटी है जो ये प्रोड्यूस करते हैं और कुछ अलग अलग मिनरल्स भी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. यूएस जो है मेजर प्लेयर है ग्लोबल पेट्रोलियम इंडस्ट्री में, रिफाइंड पेट्रोलियम में, और बोस्ट करता है सिग्निफिकेंट नेचुरल गैस रिजर्व्स का. ये जो है कहाँ पाए जाते हैं? अलास्का, कैलिफोर्निया, गल्फ ऑफ मेक्सिको और ये जो है इसके अलावा जो है ये कोल का भी बहुत बड़ा एक्सपोर्टर है विद रिकवरेबल कोल डिपॉजिट प्राइमरी इन द Appalachian Mountain and Wyoming. West Virginia and Kentucky are responsible for nearly half of the bituminous coal production, while Pennsylvania stands as sole producer of anthracite. Other states such as Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio also contribute to coal production. Iron ore mining is concentrated in Michigan, while copper production is centered in Arizona, Utah, Montana, Nevada, and New Mexico. टेनेसी, मिसोरी, इदाहो एंड न्यूयॉर्क ये जो है जिंक माइनिंग के लिए नोन है, और मिसोरी जो है वो हब है लेड माइनिंग के लिए। यूएस के अंदर बहुत सारे मेटल्स पाए जाते हैं जैसे गोल्ड, सिल्वर, मैंगनीज, टंगस्टन, बॉक्साइट, यूरेनियम, वैंडियम एंड निकल। इसके अलावा यूएस जो है नॉन मेटलिक मिनरल्स जैसे फॉस्फेट, पोटैश, सल्फर, स्टोन और क्ले को भी प्रोड्यूस करता है। इफ यू टॉक ऑफ रिसोर्सेज एंड पावर, यूएस एक सबसे बड़ा लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर है एनर्जी का। इट वाज लॉन्ग द वर्ल्ड्स biggest consumer of energy until it was passed to China in early 21st century. It basically relies on other countries for many energy sources like petroleum products in particular. The country is notable for its efficient use of natural resources and it excels in transforming the resource into usable product. Now if we talk of foreign trade, international trade बहुत important होता है इकोनॉमी के लिए, यहाँ पे भी होता है because it is crucial to the national economy with combined value of import and export equivalent to about 3/10 of the gross national product. कनाडा, चाइना, मेक्सिको, जापान, जर्मनी, यूनाइटेड किंगडम, साउथ कोरिया ये इनके प्रिंसिपल ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर्स हैं। इसमें लोग क्या ट्रेड करते हैं? इलेक्ट्रिकल, ऑफिस, मशीनरी, केमिकल प्रोडक्ट, मोटर व्हीकल्स, एयरप्लेन, एविएशन प्रोडक्ट, साइंटिफिक इक्विपमेंट। पर हैंडीक्राफ्ट में कुछ नहीं करते, टेक्सटाइल में कुछ नहीं करते। तो इनका मेजर इंपोर्ट क्या आता है? मैन्युफैक्चर गुड, पेट्रोलियम फ्यूल प्रोडक्ट एंड मशीनरी एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इक्विपमेंट। So this is all about the chapter. Let's come to the assessment. Capital क्या है यूएस का? The capital of US is Washington DC. Which state experiences Arctic climate? We've talked about it. That's Alaska. Which mountain range is the youngest among the major ranges in US? That is Sierra Nevada mountains. Which region in US is known for the most densely forested Maine? Then next is, was a primary hardwood mentioned in the context of forestry? Oak. Then is, which of the following is not a major export? Export में motor vehicles export होते हैं, agriculture product export और chemical product, पर textiles नहीं होते हैं, right? So this is the one, sorry, right? Now Great Appalachian Mountains. Now let's come to true false. Now in true false, this Great Appalachian Mountains stretches from Canada to Mexico. Wrong. Death Valley holds the record of lowest temperature. It has the highest temperature. The Midwest region of US has a humid tropical climate. Wrong. Then the United States relies on other countries for resources. Yes. The Pando forest on the east coast is an example of tropical forest. No. Then the mining sector contributes more than 1/10. This is right. Now name one of the desert area mentioned in the test. There are many desert areas like the Great Basin or the Mojave Desert. What is the primary characteristics of molly soil? Molly soil is a type of soil which has great organic content. Name one of the popular temperate forests mentioned that the Pando forests are one of the most popular temperate forests, right? Then let's come to the next question. What are some of the major crops mentioned in the agriculture section? The major crops are grapes, they are sugarcane, they are potatoes, they are wheat. Then let's come to question number E, part 1. Explain the major factors influencing the distribution of soil types in the United States. As we have studied, in United States, the soil is basically dependent on climate, topography, then the parent material and the biological activity. So these are the major regions by which the soil is developed. Now let's come to the next question. It says, describe the climate patterns in Pacific Northwest and explain the impact on vegetation. And if we talk of US, they have a very different and varying climate available. But if we talk of particularly the, if we basically talk of this part which mentions that in a Pacific Northwest, the climate is marine west coast climate. It is characterized by mild wet winters and cool dry summers. This receives a lot of rainfall and it has lush green vegetation. Because of excessive rainfall, the vegetation is lush green. So there is abundance of vegetation in Pacific part. Now let's come to the next question where describe the characteristics of boreal forest taiga and mention their location in United States. If we talk of the taiga forest, we have studied about three type of forests, and the third part was the taiga forest, which are known as the boreal forest. They are basically not the native of America, but they are found in the recent mountains of Sierra Nevada mountains and the northern Appalachian. They are not very old. They have been existing from last 12,000 years only. They are considered the world's largest biome. They thrive in tundra altitude with extreme temperature characterized by long cold winter. They have evergreen coniferous forests like spruce, birch, pines, larch and alpines. They also have oak, maples, alder, willow and poplar trees. Because of the harsh climate, the forest fires and forest fires, these forests are they are not popular for travel. But if we talk of balsam fir, it is very famous in Tiaga for Christmas trees, and the fragrances has it is really famous. So this is all about the boreal forest. Now let's come to the last question. The last question says, explain the role of science, technology, and innovation in shaping the American economy. The American economy was really benefited by the science and technology, because all the scientific technology and innovation, they have actually revolutionized the American economy. They have not only driven economic growth, but have shaped the global economic development. By strengthening on these particular system, the country was able to promote open, transparent, and meteoric system of governance. Now, it has been a country which has been very strongly advocating for science and invention, fostering a culture of free exchange of ideas, encouraging the growth of knowledge, and welcoming creative minds from all across the world. United Commission also reflects the commitment granting Congress and power to promote scientific progress. Now, there were a lot of scientific revolutions which had happened. The two U.S. patent trade, America's founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, they were themselves the scientists. And then there were a lot of innovation that has happened in the past, which not only enhanced the number of peace, the Nobel Prizes winner, but also impacted growth and revolution in terms of economy and lifestyle in the US. Right? So this is all about the chapter and the question answers. I hope we had good time learning. Happy learning.